Let's just look at the characters today. I mean, that's the main reason everybody's buying this. So let's start from there. Let's go from the top and then work our way down to the bottom. I suppose start with Artificer, which is the
I
British
say
way of saying it.
Artificer, but people say Artificer. I say Artificer.
Artificer is stupid. It's Artificer.
Yeah, so Artificer is your magical spellcaster who does so through like creating items, summoning items, infusing items with magical energy. This was published in Eberron before, and now I think mainly for Adventurers League purposes, so you can get your PHB +1. They've put it in Tasha's. So you've got the basic 2 that were released in Eberron. You've got the what's it called? I can't remember what it's called now.
The Artillerist and
the Artillerist and the Battlesmith. So the Artillerist being your turret placer. As you level up, your turrets get stronger. You can place more turrets. There's a flamethrower, force ballista, and a healing turret. I've played this class before. It's my favourite Artificer, apart from the new one that's come out. And then the Battlesmith is very much your I'm going to make you loads of items to buff you up and make cool magical item stuff. And they also get a cool, I guess, I say cool, I don't quite get it. They get a companion. They get a steel defender companion that walks around with them and can work as like an anvil and a forge for them. But we've seen those. The one that we're talking about today is the Armourer. So what the Armourer basically is this is the guy who has like the Iron Man, the Iron Man, the stealth suit. When this was still a UA, my friend Matthew played it in one of my games. He played Hero Hamada in a Disney campaign, and he played this Artificer class. It's still pretty much the same. You've got some really cool spells that meet with the that like mesh with the flavor very well. You get heavy armor proficiency. So the spells you get as an armor are magic missile, which I always imagine coming out of like shoulder things, like the anime Gundam rockets. Like you've got thunder wave, mirror image, shatter, hypnotic pattern, lightning bolt, fire shield, great invisibility, pass wall, and wall of force. And basically, they're all things that you can imagine a mech having, aren't they, Leon? They're all things that, like, oh, they can make a shield for fire, or they can summon lightning bolts and stuff. It's very much like the anime.
Yeah, the armor itself becomes your spellcasting focus, so everything is coming out of the actual armor itself.
It has a lot of like cool, tasty flavor potential. The arcane armor itself allows you to not have to abide by strength requirements for armor. It can't be removed against your will. If you make it your arcane armor, you can use your armor as prosthetics if you lose limbs, which is pretty damn cool. And as an action, you can just make your armor fall off basically and come back to you and put it on. It just comes on.
Don and doff instantly.
Don and doff instantly as an action. Yeah. So one of the cool things I really like about the Armourer class is that you can like change your armor loadout. I think it's between long rests. Whenever you finish a short or long rest and you have smurf tools in hand, you can change between Guardian, which is your
it's your Hulkbuster basically. It's your melee armor, isn't it?
Yeah, your melee. And then you've got your Infiltrator, which is your stealth. I think it gives you walking speed increase. It makes you have advantage on stealth checks. It's just your stealthy Metal Gear Solid armor.
Yeah, and instead of having a melee attack, it has a ranged attack, which itself emanates from the armor. The armor gets like a little gem, or I think it says, and the attack comes out of the gem. It can either be on the hand or on the chest. And obviously you're going to put it on the chest because it's Iron Man. I look like a fucking twat doing this. Why am I doing it? Too late.
I don't know. I quite like the idea of having it on the palm, like when he does his like, yeah. But yeah, Armourer looks really cool, and like this armor gets better as you level up. One of the cool things I like is that you can have a set of armor, and eventually, when you reach 9th level, I think it is, each bit of armor counts as a separate thing, so you can infuse the armor at different points with different things.
Yeah, so the gauntlets, the chest piece, the helmet, the boots, each one can have an infusion rather than as a standard armor, you have to infuse the armor as one whole piece.
Yeah, so that's fucking sick because you could have like strength boosting gauntlets, like flying boots, like you get some crazy infusions by like high levels, so you can do some absolutely amazing stuff. I really want to play this. If I was to bring back Bolly, I think I would play Bolly as this guy, like wind you up even more.
You're essentially like going through Iron Man 1 to 3, aren't you?
Yeah.
Upgrading it as you go. You start off with the one that he builds in the cave, which is your first set of armor, and by the time you get to level 20, you know, you basically press a button on your jacket and the nanites come out.
The extremis armor, yeah. The extremis armor, whatever. It's bleeding edge.
Bleeding edge, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, they get but yeah, as they've got some other new infusions in here as well, which are quite good, and they've also got the homunculus servant for the artificer. That can be those can be helpful. They're like little helpful little friends that you can make. They can be like pots and stuff, but all in all, pretty much the same. Pretty much only just adding a few infusions and items you can like replicate. Not really that much to it.
What's your verdict on it?
I've just realised that my barbarian has page bleed on it. That's really annoying. Yeah, so that moves us on to the barbarian.
Hang on, what's there's not really much on else. The artificer? Is it a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
I would say that the armor is a thumbs up. Yeah. The artillerist was already cool. I was always a bit thing of the battlesmith because of the fact that, like, you know, I didn't get why they got the steel defender. I still don't. Like, I'm a bit like, why do they get to be a ranger but better? And I know anything's better than a ranger in the comments before you come at me, but why do they get to be a ranger but better?
I disagree. I think this book has done a lot to fix the ranger so that the ranger feels more unique. But that's a discussion for later on in the video.
Yeah.